Greetings, great custodians of YouTube. Thank you for coming back to the channel, and today I wanted to talk to you about a book that is probably a bit of an unusual one to talk about. It's a writer that, to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of much of the work, but this particular book is one that really appealed to me and that I really enjoyed, and I think that for those of you who might just overlook the writer, it's worth checking out, in my humble opinion. And that is Other Voices, Other Rooms by Truman Capote. And I think in many ways it's actually summed up by some of the brief reviews that are written on the back of the copy of the book that I have. And the first one is by The Atlantic, and it says, "Intense, brilliant. Capote has an astonishing command, a magic all his own." And then the second quote is from Norman Mailer. "Truman Capote is the most perfect writer of my generation." And the general write-up on the back: Truman Capote's first novel is a story of almost supernatural intensity and inventiveness, an audacious foray into the mind of a sensitive boy as he seeks out the grown-up enigmas of love and death in the ghostly landscape of the Deep South. And I think that really sums it up, and what appealed to me, I suppose, the sensitive boy. And of course, when I was reading this book, I was not in America. I was very far from America, and as always, reading American literature and visualizing the landscapes and the scenery, and hoping that one day I would have the opportunity to visit these places that were being described. And I think the language used by Capote, the writing style, is just beautiful, very powerful in this book. I'm not too keen on the famous latter crime in cold blood. I'm not really a fan of crime fiction. I'm not a fan of crime in any way. Whereas this book, his first book, the Southern Gothic semi-autobiographical novel, is definitely something that I would recommend that you go out and loan or purchase, and give it a read and let me know what you think of it. Other Voices, Other Rooms, Truman Capote.